Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian.
So, today we're here to share some sad news. You guys might have guessed already, given the lack of a positive update. Yesterday morning, we found out the blood results from the repeat test that they had tests due. And unfortunately, it was still under 5 for her HCG level, which is a negative test for pregnancy.
Yeah, and we talked it over with the fertility doctor, and she said, if it's below 5 this time, that's it. It's 100% guaranteed that the pregnancy did not take.
It was a long shot.
Yeah, we knew that.
Repeating that test was a long shot. We were happy that when we talked to the fertility clinic, they were at least open to the idea. They weren't like, oh no, that's a dumb idea. They definitely understood that we were hanging on for that small percentage of a chance that maybe it could still be a pregnancy. But ultimately it was not. So yeah. It's likely that the embryo may have never even implanted or just, whatever. You don't know what happened, but it's just really sad. Going through all of this, there's so many aspects of it that you think about, but a few that pop in my head are, the main thing is you just appreciate so much more the absolute miracle that our baby girl Elsie is, that everything worked out, that, we really, really, really needed that positive news during that time in our lives, even more so than now. We really, really needed that to work out, and it did. It came at the perfect time, and there's no other combination of events in our lives that could have led up to us having that exact girl. Yeah. And she is just, we say it a million times, but she is just everything to us, and we are so appreciative of that miracle. We're so appreciative that Tess, gave us that gift, that she sacrificed so much to give us, to make our dream of being parents a reality. Yeah. And I just, one of the main things that I just keep thinking about is I feel so bad for how much Tess has had to go through for, you could say for nothing. She would remind me that, our goal was to give all of those embryos a chance. Mm-hmm. And we were able to do that, and we couldn't have done that without her. At least not this early on. It definitely would have taken more hurdles to get to. So the fact that she was so dedicated, not willing, but dedicated to, it was a calling that was from her, that came from her to do that. And it's such a beautiful thing that she did for us, that her husband did, her whole family, and we love them so much. Yeah. And it just pains me all that we've been through to get to this point, and then to not, have another baby. But it pains me even more to think of everything that she's had to go through, and and then, you think about there's all kinds of aspects of it. You think about all the time and energy and money and all that. And honestly, the money just becomes it's just a number at that point. It's just a number. And we've scraped together and made it work. But I would do it all again if given the chance. I would there's no amount of money that you can equate to like giving our potential, children a chance at life.
Yeah. I think that's, we said it from the beginning that we wanted to give the embryos every chance possible to grow and develop. And this is just how this sort of played out, like there's no rhyme or reason to it necessarily that we can see. Like, obviously I'm a person of faith, and I believe that all things work towards the will of God. And so I don't know what this means, but here we are. It's been emotional. It's been crazy. I've basically just been trying to focus on as many other things as possible. Just working on the house or cooking or taking care of Elsie, taking care of the dogs, whatever that happens to be. And I've been grateful that I know, even just for me personally, like my friends and family have really stepped up to check on me, and that's been amazing. But I know that like my brother and his family have been grieving right alongside us, but it's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
But like we always say, we've got our Elsie.
Yeah.
And we are happy with Elsie. We love Elsie to death. And we are ecstatic that we have that one true miracle in our lives.
Yeah. And there's also been people who I think are, surprised that we've been as open about this journey this time. Last time we basically just were like, hey, Tessa's pregnant with our baby, like a few months before she came. But
I think it was because we were scared back then.
But I want to, like, the reason why we chose to be as open about it this time is because we want to show you guys what it's really like to go through these things. Because I hate, the thing that I hate the most is just everybody living in their little silos and not sharing and feeling alone. And like, honestly, like right now, I just want to be alone with my grieving for the most part, other than like being with Brian and just like doing that part. But I think it's still important to know that we have the support out there, and that we have people who pray for us and send their love our way. But it's been, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I think sometimes people go through this kind of stuff and they are too scared to tell people what they're going through because they don't want to have to come on and do this.
Yeah.
They don't want to come on and tell people the bad news, which is the worst thing in the world. So, I totally understand it. But at the same time, I think when you don't tell people and you don't invite them along for the ride, and, obviously you don't need to do it on YouTube with 100,000 subscribers or whatever. But even just including some of your close family, I think in some ways, if things go wrong and then you just tuck it away, it's like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep it bottled up, where like now at least the whole world knows that we are grieving this, and they know, like, it's not like a selfish reason I want them to know so they feel bad for me. It's I want them to know what I'm going through, and because I want for everything that we've been through to have existed, to, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I totally get it.
I don't want it to just be something that's like, oh yeah, we did all this, but we never told anyone we were doing it, and then we just shoved it away in a closet and like never thought about it again.
It's this untold story that nobody knows about.
And so, so thank you guys for literally just being there for us this entire time, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully this brings some kind of comfort to other people who've gone through the same thing and know that you're not alone. Know that you should never give up hope. So you guys know that was our last embryo transfer, but we actually talked to the fertility doctor on a couple days ago, and we might actually have another option. And we don't really want to go into details about what that is at this moment because it's really a long shot, to be honest. And it's a very, like, the decisions that we need to make are very private decisions. And we will definitely tell you guys about it at some point. But as of now, like, we are taking a complete and total break from all of the, like, fertility stuff for at least a few months.
Yeah.
Like, and so we won't be really talking about that other side of it that is a potential until, you know, something happens. Yeah. There's more movement there. But
we need time to get our thoughts in order, get our emotions in order, grieve the process and stuff that just happened, and it's just we need to get ourselves to a good place first before we need a break
we can like share that part and like
now, I will whew. But this is not a break from the channel. This is just a break from this particular storyline that we have going on in our lives.
Yeah, and honestly, I do feel like I want to be somebody who can be a resource for people who are going through something similar. Tess, I know, would love to like be a resource for people who are going through like surrogacy, gestational carrier, all that kind of stuff. I've even thought like, you know, maybe me and Tess should do like a little podcast or something about it where we just talk about the process. Like, obviously not now while everything's still just like so raw, but there's so much about this process that like I wish I had known going into it that I feel like we could share in some way. I don't know what way that will be, but in some way I would love, you know, maybe it's just a couple of videos where we answer some questions. You guys send questions about the process or whatever. I know it's not really like relevant content to like our channel necessarily, so I'm not sure where that lives, but I do think that there is potential there for us to, I would love to just be able to help other people who are going through this, and just whether it's just reaching out and giving them a hug or like answering, there's so much mystery about this whole process. I think that like you don't understand until you've gone through it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people from the outside in, they look at it, it's like, oh, you just take the egg, take that, put it in the lady and boom, you get a baby. No, it is vastly more complicated than that. And there's a lot of just hoops and chutes and ladders and all sorts of things that you have to overcome to finally get to that point where you could possibly get a child out of the entire process. And so that's one of the primary reasons to why we wanted to actually share this aspect of our lives, because I am a firm believer that the world is a better place when we share our stories, because it creates an understanding of what is going on in the lives of other people. It creates empathy between people. It creates a sense of belonging to people who have gone through the exact same thing and can commiserate in it. It's just, I'm a firm believer that the world is a better place when we share our stories. And so that's what we do here. That's what our entire channel has been this entire time. I know we had we've got the massive focus on the kitchen aspect of it just because that's where we started, but the kitchen is always a part of what we do. It is the heart of the home, but it isn't the whole home. And we just decided to shift on over to the kids' bedroom for a little while. Crocs in the kids' bedroom doesn't sound.
We don't even have a bedroom for our kid yet. I mean, we have the room.
The room is there. It's just I
definitely want to share that with you guys though, because that's going to be such a cool room.
Yes, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic room. But yeah,
for now, we're just closing this book. Like I said, it may reopen someday, so don't be surprised if someday down the line this book reopens and there's, you know, there's still a shot at us giving Elsie a sibling someday.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of shots.
We didn't expect it in the way that it might, that the fertility doctor brought it up. We did not expect at all. And so we're just, like we said, we're just kind of processing that, but I hope that we'll be able to share that someday. And otherwise, I think that's all we have for this video.
All right. Either way, folks, thanks for joining us on this one. I know this has been a wild ride from the start of all of this to now. But we thank you guys for all the comments, all the messages, all the love, all the good vibes, all the prayers, everything, absolutely everything. It's been crazy. It's been emotional. It's been up and down. We're still emotional.
No, really?
but I think that's it. We'll see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen.
Bye.
Bye.